There's a bit of drilling going on. Lots of drilling.
Yeah.
Let's not lower the tone, Tom.
No.
Because I know you get nervous.
I do get very nervous.
Little nervous face at the mention of
drilling.
Anal.
All of this is gold. I can't believe we're not... Come on. Let's get the intro out of the way and then we can capture all of this.
Welcome back to another episode of Private Parts with me, Liv Bentley.
And me, Tom Lucy. This is the podcast where nothing is off limits.
Each week, we will read the most intimate and sordid details of our lives from our diaries.
Wow.
Nailed it. I still read it every time.
Have you noticed that the studio is full of, photos of us now? Did you ask for this?
I did. I want one at home.
We've never had posters of us around the place. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
The editing on that is unbelievable.
It's so airbrushed,
My
isn't it?
face looks so smooth. Who actually did that?
It
They
looks
could go
like
through my Insta photos.
AI versions of both of us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If we were created on Sims, that's what we'd look like.
I look better in that. You look 16.
I look really young in that. Yeah, I do.
Fresh out of your GCSEs, minus the beard, obviously.
That's what I asked for, is to look 16 in the photos. And to be fair to them, they've nailed it. Look at my neck. It's completely airbrushed.
Completely hairless.
Anyway, I like it. I feel comfortable in rooms covered in photos of me.
And no longer Jamie.
We don't even say that name anymore. Don't say that name in this building. He's like Voldemort in this office. That's a joke, of course. We love JV and we're thrilled for his continued success.
And support with the podcast.
When I was younger, when I was about 19, I had a poster of...
Jamie?
I did a show at the Edinburgh Festival and I had the poster, which was my face, framed, because my agent gave it to me framed afterwards. And it was hanging in my flat, a big framed picture of myself. And a lot of people would come around and go, it's really odd that you've got a big, massive framed picture of yourself in your house. And only now, looking back I think they had a point. It is a bit weird.
I think it would be weirder if you had gone out and framed it to yourself. That would be odd. But if it was a gift...
Yeah, but it's hard to make people believe that it was a gift.
Is it
sort
of like a biography one? You know, when people
well, it's like that. It's like an artwork, like airbrushed artwork. But it was massive, and I got given it as a gift, and I just hung it in the kitchen of my flat because I had nothing else.
Still got it?
No, I think I got rid of it. It was thrown
above
on
your bed.
Big bonfire. But yeah, now looking back, I think that is probably quite a scary thing to have in your flat, a big picture of yourself.
Well, I actually once got a girl to paint me naked, and I have that hanging in my flat.
It's hanging in your flat now?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay,
yeah.
What, like an oil painting?
Yep.
Okay, that's probably more intense, to be honest.
So vain. Isn't it?
You know, we said last week that if our parents met, it would be like Meet the Fockers.
Yeah.
It really would be, wouldn't it?
Do you know what we had when we were younger, and I actually find it fucking creepy, is bronzes of our heads.
What?
You know those, but we all look the same. We all look like
what, like
four
a
little
statue?
boys. Yeah, but of our heads.
Why?
And then when we moved house, mine was just found in the corner of my bedroom. It was fucking creepy, just a head rolling
Why?
around.
What?
Terrifying. I don't know why. My parents were obsessed with
Your
that.
dad commissioned
Yeah.
bronze statues of all of the family?
All of our heads.
And were they all lined up?
Yeah. We used to
That's
have them in the
really
drawing
terrifying.
room. Really terrifying. My mum had one.
What's happened to her one?
She's probably still on the fireplace somewhere.
Okay. Well, there's a lot to catch up on with your life, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
How do you want to broach the topic? Do you want to just go straight in, or do you want to set the scene?
Let's just
So
go
the
straight
man
in.
that you met...
So the random bloke...
The random bloke that you got with 2 weeks ago...
in the park.
You are now in a committed relationship with. Is that fair? Nothing I've said there is incorrect, is it?
No, that is true.
So you're now in a fully committed relationship with the
I
man
am.
from the Hurlingham Club?
Yep.
Okay. I have so many questions. I am happy for you, because you seem really happy. You went on holiday this week with him, didn't you?
Yeah, so I only met him once, and then he rung me, or he messaged me, and he was like, would you want to come on holiday? And I never in my life have ever done anything like that, and I was just like, fuck it, yeah, sure.
You are aware this is how women get murdered and
I did think that on the
kidnapped
flight
and murdered.
out. I was
Have
like...
you seen To Catch a Predator? It's kind of great though, right? To meet once and then go, let's go on holiday together.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it
that
was-
very rarely works out.
Yeah, normally it does end in murder, or I'll come back in a body bag.
Murder, or you you'd get really drunk, book a holiday, and then in the morning go, fuck, we've booked a holiday.
That's what happened, basically. And then he messaged me saying, oh, I've cancelled it or something. I was like, well, good, because when we're pissed at her, that's
Oh,
how
so
the
you
chat
did
went.
cancel it?
Yeah. And then he messaged me and I was like, listen, I'd still go.
So then you ended
went
up
out there.
going?
Yeah, well, he was out there anyway, and then I flew out to see him.
Wow. And where did you go?
Spent the week together. Portugal.
This is so exciting.
Why do you...
Because it's exciting.
Is it cringe?
No, it's good. What can you tell us about him?
What can I say about him?
He's older.
He's a bit older.
Mm-hmm.
He's just...
Not much older.
No.
Not like...
He's in his 50s.
Not scary old, just a little bit older.
Just...
Yeah, that's fair. He's in the age range you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never...
50 to 60.
50, 60. Huge boat. No, I'm not some gold digger, and he's also not some old, wealthy bloke.
Oligarch.
He's under 40.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
He's actually meeting my parents this evening.
I can't believe this. I mean...
Listen, for me, meeting the parents isn't like meeting the parents. Like, my parents are very relaxed.
Yeah. Well, because they're like the Fockers, so they meet everyone. Meeting my parents is more of a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah, but I just think, look, I'm happy for you, but to go from meeting someone for the first time to having been on holiday in a relationship and meeting your parents in 2 weeks. Though, I mean, I'm guilty of this as well, but that does seem like you're moving quite fast.
It does, but at the same time, when you're on holiday with someone, you're with them all day, every day. So if we didn't go on holiday, we'd go on 1 day a week, be like 3 months, and then... But it's obviously
so you
it's
just
a lot
condensed it into...
Yeah.
It's a bit like those people who got in a relationship right before the lockdown and then they locked down together.
And then all broke up. Thank you. It was very positive.
Some people broke up, but some people stayed together. But it like accelerates the relationship, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. Great. Okay, exciting.
Well.
Wow. Do you think? Can you foresee a time where he might come on the podcast or not?
No, he's not. I don't think he'd really be partial to any of that.
And how?
You know that one of the most attractive things about him, he doesn't have Instagram.
Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard our producer Katie's nodding. I've heard a lot of girls say that they find men without Instagram attractive.
I just think unless it's your job, it is cringe. Like if you're an influencer, I get it, and if it's part of your work.
That's cringe as well.
But blokes, like if you don't have a following and you're putting up selfies in a mirror on a flight somewhere, you're like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
Is this an attack on a deliberate person or just?
You know who we're talking about.
I'm
joking, that is not.
I do think that is I think you're absolutely right that if you're a man who has no reason to be
on Instagram,
why would you post lots of things on Instagram? I agree with you.
And like topless photos.
Topless photos is the worst.
It is, isn't it?
That
for me is an ick.
It is an
Also,
ick.
this bloke didn't wear burqa. I didn't see a sandal inside.
No,
dressed immaculately.
No open toes.
No open toes. Barely saw his feet.
Even in bed, he'd leave his shoes on.
He left his trainers on, yeah.
Amazing. He sounds perfect for you.
Yeah.
So we can't even find him if we look him up.
No, thank God.
Is there not a bit of you that thinks if you're going on a date with someone and you can't look them up anywhere, is that not a little bit scary?
Well, no, I Googled him, obviously. Well, I Googled him.
But if you were going on a first date and you couldn't find
that's terrifying.
any evidence of them on the internet, that might be a bit scary.
Well, it depends how you met them. If you met them in real life, they're not going to be... Well,
I think the answer is to have an Instagram, but you just don't use it. So at least you can see that they exist.
So like a trolling account?
No, you're just one of those people who has one, but they just don't really use it.
But it's rare that people don't have Instagram. I'm pretty sure every single person has it.
I don't know anyone who doesn't have an Instagram account. My grandma's got an Instagram account.
Does she? What does she post?
Nothing. She just watches my stories. She doesn't even have a profile photo. It's quite scary.
It's sort of sweet.
It is sweet.
To see what you're up to.
Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I don't know anyone who doesn't have anything.
Very well.
So you went to Portugal?
Went to Portugal and just had a wonderful time.
Where did you go to Valdelobo?
Oh yeah, we hit up geckos. And I'm joking, that doesn't even exist. We actually
Isn't that like an under 14s disco?
Yeah, I think it's where everyone goes and loses their virginity for the first time.
I went to geckos once when I was 14, and a man who is quite a well-known TV presenter in this country was in there, and he was not 14 at the time.
That is creepy.
Exactly. What was he doing in there? But everyone was asking for photos and autographs, and he was loving it. Now, looking back, he shouldn't have been in there.
He definitely shouldn't have been in there.
It's an under 14s disco, isn't it?
Was it a PA?
I don't think he was being paid to be there, but Anyway, food for thought.
Yeah, when I went to go have a look, it's gone, obviously.
Oh, has it been bulldozed?
No, it's still there, isn't it? Just an empty space.
How much have you warned him about your parents? Does he know anything?
I've told him a little bit.
Okay.
He listened to one episode of this and he was like, I can't listen to that podcast.
Why? Because he gets too jealous.
Because I'm a bit foul-mouthed on here. I need to stop being so, not vulgar, but lowering the tone of things. It's hard not to, isn't it, when all we're talking about is reading sex stories and stuff.
Yeah, it is hard to. It is also hard. Just before we started recording, they were fixing your microphone and they said it looks like I'm giving it a blowjob. You said that.
Tom said that, actually.
No one else said that.
When the cameras are off, Tom's worse than I am. It's the second they turn on,
I'm an absolute monster when these cameras are off. It's always the ones that seem nice that are the worst. Quiet ones. What else has been going on? It's been the Olympics.
It has been the Olympics.
Have you watched any of the Olympics?
No.
No?
Just not bothered. Is that really bad? Does that mean
No,
make me
it's
so
not. No, it's
British
not. No.
that I should support the swim team?
Team GB swim team.
GB, the divers.
It does. I think it's treason that you're not behind Tom Daley.
He was knitting. I saw a clip of that. I thought it was unbelievable.
Well, oh yeah, he's a big knitter, isn't he?
But he was just knitting while he was watching it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit scary.
What, do you mean he's not going to stab someone with a needle?
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it puts me on edge a bit.
You're so easily put on edge.
If I saw a middle-aged man sat in public knitting, I'd cross the street to avoid them.
I don't even think he's middle-aged, is he? No,
how old is he?
He's like in his 30s.
He's 30 and he just won a silver medal.
He's 30? Oh, fuck, he's young.
You know, there's an Olympic rower called Tom Lucy, and he won a Olympic medal in Beijing in 2008. And sometimes people message me thinking I'm the one who won
You're the
Olympic medal in 2008.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you've got that like weird sex therapist who people message you about.
Yeah,
and I've got this Olympic rower.
There was and a stunt double. There's a lot of Tom Lucy's.
There is a stunt double, yeah. How do you know that?
Because we spoke about it on the podcast episode 1.
And you've been Googling my name.
And I've been Googling you.
Yeah, people message me about that and they go, wow, you won a medal in Beijing.
I bet you
must have only been, 11 at the time? It's pretty impressive.
Okay, if you had to do one sport, what would it be?
What, in the Olympics?
Thing, yeah.
I'd like to do curling.
The fuck is curling?
You know, where they scrub the floor. You know, where they sort of
Is that what it's called, curling?
And then there's a guy like with a little broom.
Is that an Olympic sport?
It is.
That can't be.
It is. Winter Olympics. But it's an Olympic sport. Mm-hmm.
I've never understood what the premise of that.
Dressage is getting a lot of heat at the moment.
Because that woman, can I tell you something that was shocking, and I actually saw it this morning, the actual footage of her doing it. That was awful. It's not good, is it? I find stuff like that really upsetting.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
So what, she's been disqualified?
She's out.
For good?
That's what I always wonder with these videos is when you see something really horrific happening, my initial instinct wouldn't be to get my phone out and start filming. Would yours be?
Certainly not.
My instinct would be to try and stop it rather than stand and film it. But you could argue that filming it is doing a lot more damage to them than... But thank God someone filmed it, otherwise we wouldn't know about it.
But do you think the person filming it then said to her, listen, I've filmed this because what you just did was shocking to that horse? You'd have to, wouldn't you? I'd do
what
both.
You'd say?
Yeah.
You'd
I'd say it's fucking unacceptable.
Yeah.
I'd get the whip and whip her.
No, what I was going to say is a friend of mine got done on one of those websites where he got basically catfished into having sex with someone on Skype.
Sorry?
This was about 10 years ago.
That's terrible.
And then the girl who he was having sex with on Skype was filming it without him realising. And then like 5 years later, so 5 years passed, and he'd like, forgotten all about it. And then he got a weird message on Twitter, I think, from someone saying, I've got this video of you wanking.
I'd have a panic attack.
And then sent him the video being like, if you don't send us 10 grand, we're gonna send this to everyone in your email contacts or something.
Oh,
can you imagine?
I'd have a heart attack.
Can you imagine?
But I'm not being funny. You have to be
a bit of an idiot
to be like. And 5 years ago is really not that long ago, so it's not like it was an unknown thing that people
Skype
do it.
Sex with someone, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Are you joking? I don't even put my face in my nudes. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I do worry about things like, even if you were to sort of stay in a hotel, how do you know that the hotel's not like got cameras
didn't we
in it?
speak about this before? All these Airbnbs, people putting creepy cameras in alarm clocks.
How do you know?
Stuff.
You just don't know.
But that is actually illegal. So if a video like that was released, surely whoever did it will get fucked. But the
damage is done.
Yeah,
to you.
It's true. What happened with that Georgia Harrison from Love
I
Island?
know, Stephen Bear.
Shocking. That's brutal.
Anyway, let's keep the tone up.
Yeah, less of that. Less of
Thrilled
that.
you're in a relationship.
Back to the fact I've got a boyfriend now.
It's good. It's good.
I know.
It is exciting.
Haven't been in a
Do
relationship
all your
in
friends
a long
know?
time. Nope, I haven't told anyone really.
Well, they'll all know
Sort of
now.
tried to keep it rather private, which is why I'm
You know,
obviously
we're
talking
recording a
about it
podcast.
on a podcast. Yeah, but that's why I'm not going to tell anyone who he is. Because luckily no one would really know him.
You're not saying who it is because it is someone quite famous. Can we say that?
Shut up.
Can we say that? It's someone. All I'll say is it's a Scottish singer.
Lewis Capaldi.
It's a young Scottish singer. Can I say that? Who suffers from Tourette's.
Such a twat.
I haven't said his name. That's why you want to keep it. I understand.
Just low key. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi definitely doesn't have social media, does he?
Capaldi, he has it. You know, I met Capaldi the other day.
That's quite a cool person to meet.
I went to a pub in West London with my friend, who you also know, and one of our other friends was sat in this pub with Lewis Capaldi, and we just went up and said hi to our friend, who was sat with Lewis Capaldi, and then we ended up spending the whole evening together.
I would have been completely starstruck.
He's a great guy. We talked about panic attacks for about 4 hours. We're very similar.
You're partial to a bit of those, aren't you? A little panic attack.
I love a panic attack.
So,
That's what they
so
call
I
me.
first met you, Panic Attack Tom.
That is how we
They
first
don't
met.
call you Panic Attack Tom.
Pat. That's what they call me. Panic
Oh,
attack
little
Tom.
Tom was sweating. No, you were when I first met you.
When you found me locked in that.
Shaking like a leaf, you were.
So you've not been watching the Olympics. You've been on holiday with your new boyfriend.
Yeah.
You're having a great
Just
time.
having a wonderful time.
You're having a what do they call it? A rat boy summer.
I think a rat boy summer would mean that I was living up in Valdolobo, probably trying to get back into Gecko's, one of those bars. That would be more rat boy. This
Is
was
that more rat boy?
Yeah.
What's the other option?
wifed up.
Wife boy summer. No, isn't there rat boy and someone else?
Hot girl summer?
Is it frog? Rats and frogs?
Who came up with this?
Is that fair? All men can be split into rats and frogs?
Well, on the way they look.
Toads, that's it. Toads and rats. That's
Rank.
it. And the theory is that all men can be split into toads and rats.
On what
But
basis?
what are the criteria for each of them? So all men either look like
Sorry,
a toad
I
or a
would be
rat.
so fucking insulted if someone said you've got the vibe of a rat. That can't
Would you
be
rather
right.
someone said you looked like a rat or you act like a rat?
I think I'd rather look ratty.
I agree. That's less offensive than you act like a
Then
rat.
got rather toad-like behaviour.
Which one's your new fella, a rat or a toad?
Neither.
Neither. He's neither. He's a nice
Neither.
guy. Back off, everyone.
He's really hot as well.
Just leave him alone.
Okay, right, let's recap last week's stat. The most streamed Love Island final was watched by 6 million viewers in 2019.
The Curtis Pritchard years.
Yeah, the Curtis Pritchard did. How much prize money does a US gold medalist receive from its Olympic committee? Is it more or less than £6 million?
Wait, so if you win a gold medal and
I
you...
didn't know there was money involved in the Olympics.
Of course there is.
Fuck, I've been born under a fucking rock.
There's money
What have I-
everywhere, Liv. Everything's money. Look around. Look at this. Look at these posters.
Look at this.
Everything's
Get that
cash.
IKEA number.
Yeah. That's 15 quid. That's gone. That's done. Banked. So if you're a part of the US team and you win a gold medal,
How much prize
money
money
do you
does
get?
a US gold medalist
I think
receive?
it's probably less than 6 million. I reckon it's maybe 1 million.
Oh, yeah.
In America, you get 37 grand if you win a gold medal. And this is what other countries offer.
Norway, nothing.
Norway give you fuck all. Although Norway apparently have the highest quality of life in the world. So you don't need anything if you live in Norway.
Kazakhstan, you get, if it's gold, you get a 3-bedroom apartment.
Is that true?
That
If you win
can't-
gold, you get a 3-room apartment. If you get silver, you get a 2-room apartment. And bronze, a
You
1-room
get a studio.
That's amazing. Presumably they're in Kazakhstan, though, the flats. They're not in Mayfair. I think that's a key detail.
Singapore. Norway gets nothing. Have they got any?
Taiwan, you get 700 grand if you win a gold. And that's dollars. That's not in Taiwanese money, that's in US dollars. Where are they getting that money from?
Don't know.
Don't know. Morocco, $220,000.
Team GB received nothing for placing on the podium. Stingy
I
bastards.
tell you, it's this Labour... No, it's not. I think if you win Wimbledon, you get £1 million. So it's got to be
Sorry, I didn't know there was cash involved in these sporting events. I would have
course there
paid
are.
more attention at school.
synchronized swimming.
Butterfly catching.
You and all your sisters doing some
The
terrifying,
great British the
Some-
GB team.
some sort of witchcraft dance with your dad choreographed. Terrifying. I think it's probably less than 6 million. Should we come back and find out in part 2?
Yeah.
We'll come back in part 2. See you in a sec. Welcome back to part 2 of Private Parts with me, Tom Lucy.
And me, Liv Bentley.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry. It's shuffling around a bit. It's got a bit hot in here.
Yeah, it's a hot day today. And we've got no aircon in
Sit
here.
like that.
Can we do the answer to the stat?
Yeah, is
How
it
much
is it
money?
rude if I put my shoes on this sofa?
Do what you
Okay.
fucking want, Liv, honestly.
The
It's the lack
answer.
of respect that gets me, but you're lying like you're on a therapist's couch.
Well, I sometimes feel like I am on a therapist's couch when I come in here.
It does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it?
Because, yeah, you questioning my behaviour.
I grill you.
Grill me on things. So the answer is
How
That-
much money does a US Olympic gold medalist get?
37,500
Is that it?
US. That's really.
37.5. That doesn't
I'm-
barely seems worth it for 4
Yeah, I'm
years of
rethinking
work.
my career on that now.
You're not going to compete
I wouldn't
anymore.
join
eh?
the Olympics for 40 grand, no.
For 4 years of work, that's 10 grand a
You
year.
could make that on OnlyFans in a month,
Yeah.
doing a different sort of sport.
So what's the advice? If any kids are listening,
I hate when I say something sexual and you reference children. It's I'm meant to be a role
I'm
model
saying,
of sorts.
what's the advice? If you're young and you're thinking of getting into the Olympics, don't
Just don't, yeah.
get into OnlyFans.
yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get into doing that.
We said last week we were going to do a list of things to do before we're 30.
I made my list and I achieved it all in 1 week. Get into a relationship and it's done.
Okay, fine.
Everything I wanted to achieve.
So you're done.
I'm done.
And you're done with, what, a month to go?
Yeah. Nailed it.
You've smashed it.
Smashed it out of the park.
So you're turning 30 in a month.
That's what I
But
mean.
you've got nothing left that you want to do in the next month.
I would love to really succeed with my business,
That's a good one.
to be totally honest with you.
What sort of goals are you trying to hit with the business?
Millions. Just financial.
Oh, just purely
want
financial.
everyone having great sex for the rest of their lives.
Okay, so that's a good one. So it's
Yeah.
not a financial goal.
Tell me your list.
I just turned 28.
Yeah.
So I got 2
You've got
years
2 years to achieve this
to
crap.
do these things.
Okay.
So it's quite a long time, isn't it? I want to... Well, one of these actually links to something I did this week because I did a pilot for a radio show this
It's
week.
quite cool.
I'd like to have a radio show.
You replacing JB Lang on the BBC.
Well, let's just see. Let's not jump any guns.
That would be savage.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Just slowly taking everything from him. I'm going for a drink with Sophie later. Which I'm not. For many multitude of reasons.
Okay.
I did a pilot for a radio show this week, just gone, and it was really fun. I'd like to do a radio show. But what she said to me, because a pilot's quite an awkward thing to do because you're basically doing a show that's not being broadcast, so you're just sat in a studio.
Well, you and I did a pilot recently.
No, I know. So yeah, and it's fairly uncomfortable because you're like pretending you're doing a show and you both know you're not doing a show. It's even more uncomfortable when it's the radio though, because they give you like fake texts and fake callers to interact with as if you're on the radio.
It's essentially acting.
It's basically acting, yeah. But one of the things, because I was sat in a studio with this producer, just the two of us, and she was like helping me through it, being like, okay, we're going to play this song and then you're going to say this. And I would speak in between the songs and then she would say, I just think your voice is so monotone.
Did she actually say
She
that's
was like-
unbelievable?
She was like, I think it's good, but you need to sound more enthusiastic because you sound like you're about to kill yourself. Or like a song would end and I'd go, oh, I love that song. It's great, isn't it? And she'd be like, what the fuck is that? I don't believe that. So it sounds like you've got a gun held to your head.
That is hilarious. See, I told you.
So the only thing that I might hold me back in the radio thing
It's
is
the monotone voice.
apparently I sound really sarcastic.
I think we should
all
ask
time.
the listeners. Can you write in saying if you think Tom sounds excited to be here, or if he sounds like he's being paid to be here and
Well,
not enjoying?
both of those things are true. But apparently I just sound really sarcastic all the time. And she said for radio that's an issue because
No one can see your
if
face.
you're talking to you know that you're not being a dick, but on radio that might be an issue because you just sound like you're being really, really rude about everyone, and I'm not.
So on your list, instead of
I love Lewis
you
Capaldi.
should conquer your sort of levels of.
So one of my goals for the next 2 years is to get more range in my speaking voice.
We'll just put a little high pitched voice on.
You've always said I've got a really monotone voice.
It's not uncommon. I think I noticed a lot of guys do. But it's just, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
How am I meant to talk?
I don't know.
Like
I don't really know what my voice is like. So
you've got a fairly monotone voice as well, but I don't listen to it and think there's a problem with it.
I mean, I don't think the radio.
To be fair, when you read some of these intros out, I quite often make you do them again.
Yeah, because I can't read very well.
Because you go, "Welcome to private parts."
I bring a lot more energy than that at the moment.
Hell, what's people are listening to this on the way to work, you know. A lot of people have horrible lives.
Horrible. Yeah, they're probably hating them listening to this.
It was an issue when I first met Olivia. It was an issue because a lot of her friends apparently said to her, "Does Tom hate me?"
When you say Olivia, you need to say Olivia, my girlfriend.
Not you.
Not me.
Olivia, my girlfriend. It was an issue because a lot of her friends said to her, "Does Tom? I don't think Tom likes me." And she had to explain, "No, he does. He just." His demeanour is very low energy and very...
But that's quite beneficial for you, because even if you don't like them, she'll just use that excuse anyway.
So actually no one knows if I like them or not.
My problem is, because of all my Botox, I just look livid all the time. So when I'm actually smiling, I'm, you know...
So if you meet me and Liv out in public...
We don't look like a murderous duo who...
I'm going to give you zero energy and
Liv's going to give zero movement.
And Liv's face doesn't move. So we're quite an underwhelming couple to meet in the wild.
I've decided I'm going to stop having Botox.
That's a good one.
Yeah. No more of that, I think. No more work.
Okay. For any reason?
I just don't like it. Funny enough, from watching one of these clips back...
What happens if you just stop doing it? Will it eventually go back to normal?
Start to tag. No, I don't really know. Well, we'll figure that one out. We'll find
will
out.
the Botox eventually just leave your body?
Yeah.
And then your face will look like you've not had anything done?
What else is on the list? So the radio's out of the question.
I would like to work more in America. I'm trying to get a visa at the moment, I told you.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Can't you just marry someone?
Yeah, yes, I could.
I would just do that.
It's a bit different.
Quickie divorce would be sweet. Do you hold on to the visa once you get divorced?
This is not going to help my application.
I would do it. I can't. I'm in a relationship.
You're in a fucking relationship. What are you talking
English.
about?
Yeah. So you've got 2 years to achieve your goals.
Okay.
I've
So
got
what
a
else
week.
is on my list? Do you have anything that you look at me and you think? Is there anything glaringly obvious that I need to sort out about my life?
You have a driver's license, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was going to say that's essential before you're 30.
Yeah, I've
Just
got a driver's
new
license.
flat.
Just moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Do you pay your phone bill or does your father?
I pay my phone bill.
That's good.
That would be something to sort out by your 30th.
100%.
I think you got to sort that out
by the
before
time
you're
you're
30.
16.
16, yeah. I think before you go to Geckos, you've got to be paying your own phone bill.
Listen, I know people who don't even pay their own rent.
That is true, actually.
Rent is a fucking waste of money.
Do you ever play this game where you look at people? We know a lot of these people, by the way, but you look at them and you look at their lives and you try and work out where the money is coming from. It's one of my favourite games to play, is to look at someone and discuss what sort of money, where their money is coming from, as in like what jobs are they doing?
Or is it family?
How much do you think those jobs are paying? And then you compare that to the life they're living and you go, there's a massive gap here.
Something not right.
And you try and work out. It's a fun game to play.
It has to be their parents.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the time it is, but it's a fun little game to...
Let's shame one of our
friends. We
friends.
could take someone and break down
Okay,
what,
let's do
what
it.
I think their expenses are on a monthly basis and what I think they're earning on a monthly basis.
Jamie and
Sophie. It's a shocking... There is a shocking gap between some people.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Maybe that's just because of the way I was raised. My dad is obsessed with money and talking about money. So maybe it's just because I was raised like that. I always think about that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm fascinated to know, like, what people are being paid for things.
Are you bothered by money?
Not personally, but my dad is one of those people who came from no money.
Yeah.
And made money. So he's obsessed with money. And
does he want you to do the same?
He hates people spending frivolously, and anything that doesn't need to have money spent on, he hates spending money on. So maybe I think it's just the way I've been raised.
But does he? Do they give you money, or are they more like, you need to do what I've done and go out and work?
Yeah, more that one, more the second one.
I think that's better.
Yeah.
My parents are like that with all of us. Age 18, you're out.
Out on the street.
Yeah.
Working those corners. Your dad was really funding it all, selling the calendars, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it was. Come on, girls, get out there. Go and sell my jams. That sounds fucking weird.
Okay.
Oh, I think I get delirious in this room. It gets
You do,
dark,
don't
it gets a
you?
bit hot.
Also, we spike your drink when you come in, so
Bit of mushroom oil,
yeah.
tripping balls
I don't know.
over
It's a fun game to play.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and get a radio show, and I'm going to try and break America. They're my 2 goals.
And solely shop in M&S.
And I want to get a big contract with M&S. You know, talking of M&S, I was on the way over here. I was listening to Spencer Matthews. He's doing that big challenge,
Yeah.
30 marathons in 30 days. And I was listening to his podcast talking about it. It's pretty bonkers what he's doing.
I mean, yeah, I'll be totally honest, I could never do that.
Would you set yourself any
No.
physical challenges? Anything?
No. What triathlon? You got to be joking. You do this on a bicycle.
Unless that
Swimming.
unless that bicycle's heading to Raffles and that
Oh,
basket's got a
yeah.
bottle of rosé in
And I'm
it.
in my heels.
Cycling in heels.
Can you do a triathlon
You could
in
be one of
heels?
those people that runs like the London Marathon in heels. That could be like
You
a
also said I could run the marathon with a cigarette in my mouth.
also a good idea.
And some rosé. You know how the people have those backpacks with the straws?
Yeah, you
Mine's
got a
just
straw
nice
full of rosé.
blush.
And you could do it for Whispering Angel or something.
What are you running for? Rosé.
Who are you raising money for? Whispering Angel?
Wine in a box.
Whispering Angels could be a charity if you didn't know it was a rosé thing.
People are going to think I'm a fucking lunatic.
If you didn't know that was alcohol, you would assume that was a charity, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, it sounds like a charity for children, doesn't it?
All right, let's not lower the tone. Come on.
No, but it does. Whisper sweet like
It
angels
does.
or something.
Like Make a Wish.
Yeah, that's it.
We could run a marathon together.
No, you say this. You said it every time. You said it since we started.
Well, because you know I did High Rocks and you came to watch.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't come to watch. You were there anyway, and I happened to be running.
Yes.
You like to say that you came to watch.
I
me,
did
but
come to watch
were,
you.
You were there to watch your other friend. Let's be
There
honest.
to watch both of you. But
Okay.
see, I'll be totally honest. I can't see myself doing that.
Why?
I'll do like a charity walk if that's what you'd like.
Are you still doing your walks
I am. Yeah.
in the park?
Right. I did it yesterday with my sister and a fucking dog, and I just thought never again. She's got this puppy and it just shits everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I realised I really don't like dogs. Well, I'm not of my own. I wouldn't have
That's
my
okay.
own dog.
Well, that's okay. You can. At least you know not
She
to.
stops and then she talks to other people who own dogs, and then the dogs
Yeah.
fight with each other. This walk that normally I'm pacing around and get it done in an hour and 5 was a 3-hour hike.
So are you going to start doing it with your sister more?
No, I'm
Or
going to
is that
stop
gonna be the
doing it
last
with my
one?
sister. That was the first and the last.
I'm sorry to hear that. Why has she got a puppy?
Because she's at that stage in her relationship. Practicing
Are they
for a-
living together?
Yeah,
Are they?
practicing for a baby.
Is this younger sister?
Something horrible happened, and actually the thought of this makes this in alone puts me off dogs. My brother went over there to go and get the dog to take it for a walk. So she's got my sister's keys. Anyway, the dog was shut in the sitting room. When he opened the door, the dog had done a crap the other side of the door. So when he opened the door,
It pushed it.
crap was smushed in the carpet the whole way across the room.
Wow.
Fucking rank. That for me is the pits.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
Mushed dog shit in your flat. No, that absolutely not. I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
just
great, is it?
feral.
That's not great.
And then he tried to clean it up and obviously made it worse.
Why is all of your family just constantly cleaning up your sister's dog's crap?
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Does your
why.
sister ever clean up her dog's crap?
She does, yeah. I'm the only one who won't.
Because it sounds like if you having a dog the way your sister does it is quite good because she doesn't sound like she
She
does
does
anything.
It's the picking up the shit that does it for me. I couldn't do that.
But I think it's
I'm one of those terrible people who, on the rare occasion that I've had a dog with me
You
and
leave
it
it.
does a crap, I run and then I'll end up running into dog shit because of my karma.
karma, yeah.
What do you think I could achieve in this next month?
I think you could. What's really well, nothing really. I mean, the one big thing that was missing from your life was a relationship, and now you've got one.
You say it as if I was searching
No,
desperately.
but that
for
was
one.
the only thing I would like say would be something to change. But you've now got one. How quickly are you going to accelerate? Are you going to get married before you turn 30?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Competition's now on with my sisters. No. Can you
Already, who do you
imagine?
think is going to get married first of your sisters?
There's a bit of a cock off between two of them.
There's a
Like it's getting nasty.
an old-fashioned cock
An old-
off.
Yeah. My dad's like, he was at the point where he's just going to pay the boyfriends to propose.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
Love that for your dad. Is he already having a bronze head made of one of them? Is it a bit
creepy.
like is it a bit like when someone wins Wimbledon and they show their name being carved onto the board? Is that what your dad's doing at home?
Yeah.
He's halfway through carving a name on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a listener message. I was at a party and later in the evening, the host brought out some chocolates. This sounds up your street, Liv.
Right up my street.
Little did I know they were mushrooms of the magic kind. It got late, so I got in a taxi to take me home. I refused to talk to the driver because I was convinced he was a horse. I then argued with him because I wouldn't tell him where my house was because I don't talk to horses.
I mean, it's...
Sounds like could have been a story from you or one of your sisters.
I mean, I think I was the horse. That was the problem.
You were the horse.
Trotting around like some lunatic.
Cantering around Parsons Green.
No, eating the grass.
I love that. Any advice?
I'm not sure what was in those chocolates.
What are we encouraging people to take
No, we're
mushroom
not.
chocolate?
Mine was an accident. I didn't. Oh yeah, I read one of the comments. Someone goes, "Oh yeah, just sip someone else's drink," as if I deliberately did. No, we're not encouraging people to do drugs.
No, I don't think we should.
No.
If anything, me and you are sort of bastions of why you shouldn't. We're like a couple of recovering addicts.
We are. No,
But that is a very funny story. I like that a lot.
See, I've never hallucinated like that, and I, honest to God, would have a heart attack if I was looking at something and like a little elf started running around or a horse was coming towards me that wasn't really there.
That would be scary.
I'm a bit of a
it?
control freak. I just wouldn't really.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do either. I don't know. I do talk to horses though, so I would have spoken to the horse. That's the difference with me. But this person adamantly does not talk to horses. And you've got to respect that. Do we have any DMs from any of your...
No, can I be honest with you, actually? This really put me off even checking my DMs. I got a really ferocious, aggressive dick pic. It was really intense. This man's sort of belly was hanging down. It was...
Can you show me?
I think it's really unacceptable to send things like that to people. Yeah, I'll find it for you. It was a lot.
How often do you get like an unsolicited... Did it come with a message or just a photo?
No. Oh, shall I read the message that went with it, actually?
Yeah.
This was
Did it come with a cover letter?
Quite charming. Something that will nicely in your ass and come in your face and all over your boobs.
Oh, my God.
It's horrific.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, that is the most... It's shocking. Who sends another human that?
He's put his email address in here as well.
Just...
Is that him, or is that just like off the internet? Is that just a downloaded photo, or is that?
I'm not going to ask him.
Because
If I'm totally
it's
honest.
sent in the format of like a meme.
Let's see. Oh, you can get it up.
I think that's a meme. I don't think that's a real photo.
Oh, it makes me feel sick. Actually, I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
So yeah. Anyway, that was my DMs of the week.
listen.
I'm gonna have to delete my Instagram.
I don't think you should. If you are listening and you have any thoughts
I
about,
thought you were going to say any dick pics you'd like Olivia to see.
that could be a thought. That could be a thought.
So feel.
Contact at privatepartspodcast.com, at private podcast on all the socials, at Liv Bentley. Is it Liv or Olivia?
It's Olivia Bentley K.
Is it?
I think I changed my Instagram to that, actually.
Pardon?
Catherine of Aragon House, just me on a constant pub crawl.
Yes.
With Katie Price and
Oh, yeah.
Ruth.
How is that going?
Yeah, I'm getting the little band together.
Yeah, all the girls.
Yeah, I've invited him.
Ruth Langsford and Katie Price and you charging
Tearing
around
up Fulham.
Parsons Green on a charity Whispering Angel fun run. I think we've covered a lot this week.
I think we've really, yeah.
I cannot wait to hear how things progress with your boyfriend. And
What would you do if I came in next week and I was engaged?
what would I do?
You'd be like, I need to say something.
I'd call your dad and I'd say, sort your fucking kids out.
They're wild.
Get a hold of them. No, I think that would be very exciting. And I tell you, it'd be good for the podcast.
It'd be great for the podcast.
So if you could do that,
Okay.
do that.
All right, I'll try.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.